Welcome back guys, today we've got the 17th episode of my top 10 setups of the day series. Before we get started, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel to see more of these amazing setups. Our first setup comes to us from Deity Design, with their super simplistic and minimal build. While the two monitors they have are fairly standard among battle stations, you may notice that they've got a vertical monitor that is a bit wider than what we tend to see. This is a 1610 Dell U2415 monitor that is convenient for vertical use as it doesn't force you to sacrifice any monitor width. Below their monitors is a staple for keyboards in the form of a Keychron K2V2 keyboard with its very recognisable tritone keycaps. Although you might miss it at first, over to the right of their monitors is a 15 K669 condenser microphone, most frequently used for podcasts. I do like how bare this setup is, but I would be interested in seeing a little bit more decoration in the form of maybe a bit more of an exciting desk mat. The next setup on our list belongs to user Estokia, who just upgraded their floor from carpet to very sleek and modern looking laminate wood flooring. We also have another double monitor setup with two very large monitors. One is 32 inches and the other is 27, with both being mounted to a Huano dual monitor mount. On front of those monitors is a very comfortable Staples Hycon chair, whose mesh back actually helps keep this small space from feeling too small. Whilst the room pictured doesn't appear to be particularly wide, the clean desk and large window really make this space seem airy and bright. Coming from Trust to the Drums, we've got this minimalistic yet outdoorsy build. We've got one of the most unique chairs that we've seen with the Modwa Black Pillow office chair. I would love to know how that chair back feels, it appears to give some great support. For the desk, they're using a classic combination of a Calby desktop paired with Alex drawers from IKEA, however it is a colour combination that we've not really seen before. On the far right of the desk is an awesome PC with an Acer Strix Z270-E Gaming ATX LGA 1151 motherboard, an Intel Core i7 7700K 4.2 GHz quad-core, an Nvidia GeForce GTX 1660 Ti, G-Skill Trident Z RGB 16GB DDR4 3000, a Samsung 970 EVO 500GB M2, a Cooler Master MWE Gold 650 watts, then they've got an NZXT Kraken X72 liquid CPU cooler, and an NZXT Air RGB 120mm fans, all held inside a Corsair Crystal 460X RGB ATX mid-tower case. They've got a triple monitor setup for 3 HP Envy 27-inch monitors. Their peripherals include a Razer Black Widow X-Chroma keyboard, and a Razer DeathAdder Elite Gaming Mouse on top of a Razer Glyphus Stealth Mobile mouse mat. Last but certainly not least, to keep the setup from feeling too bare, they've added a very cool Mimi Innovations wooden world map. Coming in at number 7, we've got UserBeartigerhawk with this super cozy and somewhat retro build. Starting on the left of the desk, we've got a sweet retro NR200 case with a Ryzen 5 5600X and a Gigabyte 3070 gaming OC. Next to that is an amazing Canon Keys VHS desk mat, which has a J80 keyboard on it with G80 keycaps, stabs and switches. Above the LG monitor you can see a set of Sennheiser HD 580 headphones, which don't really fit with the retro theming but still look and sound great. Next up is this stunning warm and tropical work from home setup posted by No Onion. This is easily one of the most beautiful desks that we've seen, being custom made with a live edge slab of American black walnut wood. On the desk we've got a Gigabyte 34-inch curved monitor on an Ergear monitor arm. Below that is a Melody 96 keyboard with brass plate, Zelios V2 67G switches, and a Drop Plus Mateo MT3 Dave TTY keycaps, and Razer Human Scale Pro Click mouse. Next to all of this is an adorable Luke Ghost S1 PC case with medium top hat and P-Slate Customs anti-vandal switch mod. I love how warm the colours are on the desk and on the wallpaper, and I just wish that the wall decor would match it a little bit closer in tone and aesthetic. For For our 5th spot on the list today, we've got the first RGB heavy setup, which comes from Ezekiel 12. Their desk is a combination of the IKEA Ekbakken desktop and the iconic Alex drawers, which all look fantastic with the RGB lights bouncing off of it. Up on the walls, we've got some very cool art with 3D wall panels, as well as some wooden cubes holding up Jammer 801 speakers. The RGB lights on the wall and on the cube really helps to add some texture to the setup. They've also matched their PC case to the wall panels, with both having that crystalline texture, which is a very nice and smart design choice. Whilst our number 4 spot might come to us with a bit of an odd angle, it's clear to see how amazing this station is from user Heatboy 420. Near the centre of this piece, we've got a great view into the NZXT 510i case, and you can see a plethora of amazing parts, including an AMD Ryzen 5 3600X CPU, an EVGA 2060 Super XC GPU, an MSI MPG X570 motherboard, and 16GB of G-Skill Trident C Neo 3600 RAM. For peripherals, they've got a Logitech G513 keyboard and Logitech mouse on an XYC XL white gaming mousepad. To achieve their aesthetic lighting, they're using the increasingly popular Corsair LT100 starter kit light bars. Here we've got UseItSuicide Hot Dog's amazing setup. They've got a very impressive triple monitor build with an LG CX 48-inch OLED TV, which is flanked by 2 Acer Predator 27-inch monitors. Inside that classic Lian Li O11 dynamic case is a Ryzen 9 3900X, 32GB of RAM, and an RTX 3070. For sound, they're using a Sound Blaster X Katana soundbar, as well as a pair of Sennheiser GSP 670 wireless headphones. The wallpaper and tapestry in this photo really help give this setup a nice and cozy vibe and makes it perfect for some late night gaming. I gotta say that TV is just absolutely huge. Our next build comes from UserRice 46, who's kept their setup super chic and minimal. Their desk is made from an Idison electric standing frame and a Calbee countertop, and has Kiko Smart LED strips running down the back of it to give this whole setup a nice red glow. On the actual desk, you can see a single LG monitor, along with what appears to be an Apple keyboard and a Logitech MX mouse to mouse. It's always refreshing to see a single monitor setup now and then, but I think this setup could look a tiny bit better with either a bigger monitor or a smaller desk to balance things out. For our final entry on the list, we've got this absolutely jaw-dropping throwback setup from Ron 9083, with a stunning 80s theme. If you can look past that Motley Crue jacket, you can see a Model M keyboard, which might be one of the loudest keyboards ever made, with a pair of COS Porta Pro headphones and even a CRT monitor. Despite its old appearance, this PC is actually a sleeper hit with an AMD Ryzen 5 3600, an Asus B450 motherboard, and GTX 960 inside that overwhelmingly beige PC case. This setup is a testament to how creative you can get with your setup, and that you don't need to have the latest and greatest tech in order to have a fantastic battle station. And that is the end of the list. Check out the description for a list of a lot of the gear that I've mentioned in the video. If you want to see more of these incredible setups, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss the next episode. Leave a comment down below on which setup you think should have been number 1.